Argentina held a runoff presidential election today, with the center-right opposition making a strong challenge for the first time in more than a decade. Led by candidate Mauricio Macri, the bloc hopes to liberalize an economy reeling from years of stagnation and high inflation. I-24 News correspondent Shani Nachshoni has more.
Argentinians voted Sunday in the country's first ever presidential runoff. President Cristina Kirchner is legally barred from running for a third term. Her successor, Daniel Scioli, is running neck-to-neck with Mauricio Macri, the center-right opposition candidate, who is leading in the polls by up to 8 points, having won over some of Kirchner's strongholds.
I think it will be a very important day, as it's the first time you are seeing this level of intensity or participation. I think there's a lot of anxiety among everyone over what the result is going to be.
The main issue in these elections is Argentina's financial future. Macri, the son of a wealthy family from Buenos Aires, has vowed to liberalize the economy and blames financial controls implemented by the current government for the country's worsening inflation.
I don't know which of the two is most acceptable. The only thing I want is for both of them to lift the country out of the conditions in which they're living in these days. Because we've fallen behind the rest of the world and all other countries.
Scioli, ex-governor of Buenos Aires district, has attacked Macri over the past few days for concealing the darker aspects of his financial agenda, which includes pro-business and pro-market policies that some Argentinians believe caused the 2001 economic crisis.
I urge everybody to think about what has happened with their lives, salaries, jobs and families over these years, and to not put all of that at risk, and to think about what can make things better.
The Kirchners have governed Argentina since 2003, when Néstor Kirchner was elected president, a position he held until 2007. That year, he announced he would not seek another term, and his wife Cristina won the next election. Accordingly, and if her successor Daniel Scioli loses, it will end an era in Argentina.
We're joined now by I-24 News contributor in Buenos Aires, Ryan Hindi. Thank you for being with us here. What are people most concerned with in these elections right now?
Yes, well, it's definitely a very divided population here in Argentina. Definitely, people here are voting for two models that are radically different in a certain way. There is Mauricio Macri, which is the liberal candidate, and Daniel Scioli, which has vowed to follow the footsteps of the current more left-wing government. Primarily, people here are focused on the economy. The economy has been stagnant for almost 3 years now, and the inflation, which is at nearly 30%, is concerning a lot of the people, and it's harming the spending power of the Argentinians. People are also concerned about what's going to happen with the dollar. Since 2011, there are very strict laws in Argentina facing the buying and selling dollars here, which makes it almost impossible. So most people here are waiting to see who wins. Mauricio Macri has promised that if he was elected, he would put an end to this protectionist policy, and people could go back to buying dollars, which could steer more inflation, according to Daniel Scioli. Definitely, this is a very interesting moment, since it's going to mark a very definite change in Argentinian politics.
Well, that was my next question for you here. If Macri wins, do you expect big change?
Yes, well, definitely. I mean, at least what he has vowed now, he's vowed to have a more pro-business politics. He's vowed to reduce inflations, but more than anything, he said that he was going to negotiate with the U.S. about its debt, something that the Kirchners up to now has refused. And we can remember that last year there was even a technical default, that's how they call it here, when the current president, Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, refused to pay back the debts of what they called the Volcker funds. So yes, definitely, this is, first of all, economically, there's going to be a big change. And he's also marking a clear change in international relations, as he said he would like to realign foreign policies away from Venezuela and Iran and closer to the U.S. He's even said he would like for Venezuela to be excluded from the Mercosur, which is the political and economic zone of Latin America.
Certainly a host of issues on the table there. Ryan Hindi from Buenos Aires, thank you very much.